Salve a tutti, benvenuti a questa nuova puntata di Soundtrack City, benvenuto Massimo Privitera, ciao Massimo.
Ciao Marco, benvenuto a tutti.
Allora, io Massimo, come sai, sono particolarmente felice di questa nostra puntata e di questa intervista che hai realizzato e dopo spiegheremo anche dove, come e perché il protagonista è Stewart Copeland. Allora, io insomma suono la batteria da quando avevo 10 anni e Stewart Copeland per me è stata una sorta di seconda pelle per tanto tempo. Io studiavo proprio il suo stile, il suo drumming, il suo modo di lavorare sullo strumento. Dopodiché ha iniziato, conclusa la carriera con i Police, anche se con alterne vicende, insomma, a volte si sono riuniti, però ha iniziato questa sua carriera di compositore di colonne sonore e poi quello che ci ha raccontato durante l'intervista gli è nato anche questo grande amore nei confronti dello strumento orchestra, che per uno che parte dalle percussioni, dalla batteria, è una cosa abbastanza singolare e anomala. Però ecco, stiamo parlando di un pezzo di storia del rock, di quelli proprio noi importanti, di più. Per cui quando Massimo ha detto che stava presentando il suo spettacolo The Witch's Seed a Milano, evidentemente siamo andati in fibrillazione per la questione e lo abbiamo intervistato, insomma, e Massimo e la nostra simpaticissima quanto che dire valente interprete in inglese che adesso nominerà Massimo e quindi insomma è uscito fuori questa intervista schioppettante dove si toglie anche dei sassolini dalle scarpe per quanto riguarda i suoi vecchi amici e compagni, i Police, in particolare Sting. Allora Massimo, parlaci un po' di questo suo spettacolo, di questa occasione e delle tue impressioni, insomma, dopo questa intervista.
Allora, prima di tutto voglio ringraziare, che l'hai citata, Chiara Spagnoli Gabardi, che è venuta con me, parlando lei in inglese, visto che ha un inglese migliore degli inglesi, come le dico sempre, e di fatti ha colpito anche Copland, è stato anche molto simpatico, poi di un ciarliero incredibile, sta avendo un fiume in piena di risposte simpatiche, anche abbastanza ficcanti, come dicevi tu, qualche frecciatina a Sting in particolar modo l'ha lanciata, però era l'occasione agli Arcimboldi di questo debutto. In realtà è uno spettacolo nato per le cavee in Piemonte, perché ci teneva questa ideatrice dello spettacolo, che tra l'altro è una delle soprano dell'opera rock stesso, ad avere Stewart Copeland come musicista, come compositore, ma da realizzare proprio nelle cavee. Poi, dato l'enorme successo, ha detto vabbè, portiamoli in tournée nei teatri. Ha iniziato con gli Arcimboldi, tra l'altro un teatro lombardo di prestigio, il 31 maggio scorso. E proprio questo debutto hanno dovuto un po' rivedere le cose, perché comunque è un'opera rock abbastanza mastodontica, musicalmente 1 ora e 30 di pop, rock, prog, sinfonico, lirico. C'è veramente di tutto e di più. Diciamo che dal punto di vista musicale Copland si è veramente espresso al massimo. La musica è potente e le canzoni altrettanto, aiutato anche da Chrissy Indy, la mitica leader dei Pretenders, quindi neanche un nome da poco. E poi con protagonisti, come vi dicevo, anzi non ve l'avevo detto ma lo dico adesso, Irene Grandi, la nostra rocker italiana, a confronto con queste due cantanti liriche di un certo veramente spessore, molto molto in gamba, quindi lirica e rock a confronto. I testi di Jonathan Moore, un famoso drammaturgo della BBC, un drammaturgo inglese, e l'opera rock di per sé è incentrata proprio sulla caccia alle streghe, il periodo dell'Inquisizione, quindi 1600 in Italia, in Piemonte, e con dei risvolti abbastanza particolari. Chi si vuole leggere quello che ho raccontato di questo spettacolo vada su colonne sonore e troverà il mio reportage, The Witch's Seed per l'appunto, il seme delle streghe. Però ci tenevo, prima di chiudere e di passare questa intervista dove veramente ha parlato di tutto, ora magari ci dici tu le colonne sonore più mitiche, più cult della carriera di Copland, ci tenevo a citare Maddalena Calderoni, l'ideatrice di questo Spettacolo, e Veronica Granatiero, le due soprano di questa opera rock, The Witch Seed.
Allora, per quanto riguarda le colonne sonore più celebri di Stewart Copeland, diciamo che la sua carriera è iniziata subito alla grande, perché ha lavorato prima con Francis Ford Coppola a Rusty il Selvaggio, e a mio modo di vedere, ecco, in quel momento lui non era ancora interessato a, diciamo così, allo strumento orchestra, era più sanamente rock come colonna sonora. E dopo, subito dopo, ha lavorato alla colonna sonora di Wall Street di Oliver Stone, quindi pronti via Coppola e Oliver Stone, quindi una partenza a razzo, questo negli anni '80. Dopodiché si è cimentato in altre colonne sonore, tra cui quella che lui preferisce in assoluto, che è Rapa Nui, ma ha fatto dei documentari che erano anche degli album solisti, tipo The Rhythmatist, che era tutto ambientato intorno alla musica africana, la musica delle radici, che dal punto di vista appunto percussionistico sono decisamente importanti. Insomma, poi Himalayas, ecco, ha fatto una serie di lavori a tutto campo dal punto di vista proprio dello stile musicale, con una grande attenzione al discorso della contaminazione, delle musiche delle radici, della world music, ma veramente a 360 gradi. Quindi è molto interessante, è proprio particolare come compositore lui. Resta il fatto che al di là, lo dice, al di là della sua veste di compositore, che è seria, rimane fondamentalmente un rocker, e si capisce già da come parla, dall'approccio che ha proprio a questa intervista, proprio si capisce lontano un miglio. Allora, dai, Massimo, grazie per questa intervista che hai fatto, e noi ci vediamo. Stewart Copeland, alla prossima.
Buona visione.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you,
Hello, Massimo and Marco.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you began your career as a composer of soundtracks during the 80s.
Well,
No?
I began my career as a prog rocker. I was playing in a prog rock band with lots of triplets and noodly music called Curved Air. Then I played in a fake punk band. Oh yeah, called The Police. And then,
Actually, if I may interrupt, I met your colleagues in the Police, Summers and Sting.
and have you got any scars or bruises?
I
or...
have no.
You survived.
No.
You survived.
They treated me very nicely.
Of course, because they are perfect gentlemen. They didn't treat me very nice.
Ouch.
And I certainly did not treat them very nicely.
Well, you know.
But, you know, for the normal people, they are perfect gentlemen.
Well, instead talking about soundtracks, you worked with the likes of Francis Ford Coppola for Rumblefish, Oliver Stone for Wall Street. What memories do you have of that work experience, working for music scores?
Well, not so much of an emotional memories, more of a transactional value of the lessons that I learned. The film composer is not even an artist. He works for the director. The director is the artist, and the film composer is a craftsman who serves the director's artistic vision. Because what I learned was that as an employee, I learned many more skills than I ever would have learned as an artist. An artist, Paul Simon, wakes up, sings, he has a thought, and he sings a song. Wonderful, he creates a song that everybody loves, but that's all he does. If you are an employed professional and the director says go there, you have to go there and learn how to do that. So the film composer has to do music of every style, of the future, of the past, of the present, urban, comedy, death. You know, the films encompass every human emotion and condition. Therefore, the film composer has to do not just, I like my rock music and that's what I do. You have to be able to do everything. And of all that stuff, one thing is really useful. The orchestra. And 20 years as a film composer gave me an involuntary education in how to use an orchestra and to the incredible vocabulary that it has, all of the tricks that it can play, all of the languages that it can speak of love and anger and fear, and that's something that only an employee would learn. And so you ask me what I remember about my years as a film composer. I remember with gratitude what I was paid to learn.
So you very much enjoyed the shaping of the emotions. Do you have any anecdotes when you worked on these films or other films?
For instance, the music tells you how to feel about things, and the audience believes my music before they believe their lying eyes. Okay. You know, Tom Cruise looks down at Sandra Bullock, or I don't know who, you know, Charlize Theron or whatever, you know, pick the most beautiful, and the moon is shining, and he says, I love you. And it's just, everything is wonderful, of course, right? I put in my shit chord, and now you know that he's a lying son of a bitch. You don't believe the moon, you don't believe his jawline, you don't believe her beauty, you believe the emotional message. And the emotion tells you how to feel, whereas all the data on the screen, man, woman, moon, that's data. And the only reason you give a shit about that moon is because the music tells you that you feel something. And so that's the impact that music has on film. And I've forgotten what question you actually asked.
If there were any anecdotes.
Oh, yes, anecdotes.
Because this is very interesting about the subtext that music provides in film.
Okay, so I was working on a television series called Equalizer, and one of the episodes featured as guest star Telly Savalas, Kojak. And it's most people here probably never heard of that, but he was famous as like this gangster guy. He was like this cop, mean cop with a lollipop.
Yeah.
It's somehow the lollipop and his bald head and his general meanness created this iconic character. So he's doing a guest appearance in this episode where he's playing a priest. And the priest used to be a terrorist. And he has one scene where he has a long monologue where he's talking about, yes, I was a terrorist and I was bombing things up. And one time I planted a bomb and was about to blow up City Hall. And then I saw there was a little girl. And then I realized the evil of my ways and my heart was cured. And I saw the light and I became a priest. Only problem is it's Telly Savalas, it's Kojak. And in the scene, he looks like he's lying. It looks like, come on, dude. And he's telling you a story about it, and you don't believe a single word of it. You're expecting, okay, now I know he's the bad guy, right? So the producers say, help us out here. He's supposed to be a good guy. It's not Tom Cruise and the moon and all that. This is like, we need him to be. So I had to put music, that made, and the audience might have thought, well, that's crap acting. They thought, what's this music? But at least they know that he's supposed to be the good guy. Whether it worked or not, they know clearly he's trying to be the good guy.
Well, you managed to get the message across, so that's brilliant.
About the Witch's Seed opera rock, the thematically thought for orchestra elements, for inspiration about the composing this opera?
Well, I'm using the tools of opera, opera singers, opera orchestra, and because I'm a fan of opera, I like opera and I like that sound. But my harmonic sensibilities, the chords that I use, my rhythmic ideas are informed by reggae, by modern music, by everything. Yeah. And my musical personality is formed in the 20th century, and here we are in the 21st century, still having an effect. But the orchestra still is the orchestra, and those singers still have that sound. And so I'm using those operatic elements with the sensibilities of a modern human being.
And as regards the music genres you were mentioning, you have very much encompassed various musics of the world. You also worked on a documentary, The Rhythmist, where we can see the use of African music. You worked on projects such as Rapa Nui, the Himalayas. So if you can tell us how you like to bring these different influences together in music, how you just don't stick to one genre and you like to experiment.
Sometimes it's obvious. With Rapa Nui, which is one of my best film scores for the biggest budget, was the deepest flop. The film sank without a trace. But it was incredible to look at. And the culture environment was very inspiring. I wrote some of my best music for that piece of shit, you know, and so culturally it was easy. It was like Polynesian, and I listened to Polynesian music, which was a lot of banging stuff. Oh, I love that, and a lot of shouting and style of singing. And so it was obvious. But then comes the subtlety of you take. I always go for the obvious, and then mess with it, rather than try some oblique approach and try to make it relevant. I go for the obvious and then mess with it.
And you're also very diversified in expressing your music as a drum player, as a percussionist, as a songwriter. So how do you put all of these elements together?
Well, the banging stuff is unrelated to the composing stuff. And it's like two different people. And the kind, urbane, gentle, soft-spoken person before you as composer is not the same as that gnarly monster banging shit on the stage, kiss my ass, I'm gonna fuck you up. Different kind.
Yeah.
Well, as all of us, right? We're multifaceted. One more question for me, and maybe then you can wrap it up.
It's okay.
I wanted to know also about you composing for other media, such as video games, because I saw you compose for Spyro the Dragon, Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. So how is it different to compose for a different kind of entertainment, such as video games?
Video games is a lot of fun. For film, you have the dialogue, and you need to be careful to support the dialogue. It's not to overwhelm the dialogue, and you're just one piece of an artistic construction. In games, there's no dialogue. So the music just blasts. And you don't have plot points. I need to somehow get from here, where we're happy, now we're sad, and then now we're happy, sad, and then, you know, all that. No, you just set up a vibe, and the player has their adventure. And so writing Spyro for 4 years, every year I wrote a quadruple album worth of backing tracks, and just coming up with riffs, and just like with no director in my face, no plot, no dialogue, just cool music to go. And by the way, I got to play the game all day. You know, don't bother me while I'm working.
The dream job.
Yeah, dream job, exactly.
Okay.
And by the way, there's a generation for whom I'm the guy who wrote Spyro. And by the way, do you know he played in a band too? You know, but it's a generational thing. It's still going 20 years later. In fact, they did a reissue of the game where they updated all the stuff. That was an unbelievable thing. I was just having fun playing with a pink dragon, and it turned into this phenomenon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing your work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good.